In September 1859, scientists witnessed the first confirmed powerful solar flare. The sun released a massive burst of radiation and plasma into space. Although this event occurred about 93 million miles away, it had a significant impact. Within hours of the flare being observed, telegraph lines across Europe and North America stopped working, and some even sparked, starting fires. People realized that the sun wasn't just a source of light and warmth, but could also be a serious threat. This event came to be known as the Carrington event. When this solar storm hits Earth, it can disturb the upper layers of the atmosphere, thickening it and disrupting satellites. These satellites can slow down, lose altitude, and become unstable. This results in unreliable communication, malfunctioning GPS systems, and poor data transmission. The storm can also damage power grids, causing widespread electrical failures. If several power plants go down at once, it could lead to major blackouts, affecting everything from the internet to phone services and social networks. The global economy could face serious consequences, with many businesses possibly going bankrupt. The consequences could be even more severe. Power plants are connected to essential services like water pumping stations and heating systems. A solar storm could disrupt the flow of water to homes, leaving us without basic services. Without electricity, we wouldn't even be able to buy food, as cash registers and supply chains would stop working. The worst-case scenario would be that prolonged solar storms could halt food production. In fact, just this year, a geomagnetic storm affected GPS satellites linked to modern farming equipment, halting some agricultural operations. If such storms occurred regularly, we could see shortages of many supermarket staples. Solar storms also affect maritime navigation, as ships rely on satellites to calculate their positions. Without them, ships could become lost at sea. It's not just humans who suffer. Even animals like whales, which navigate using the Earth's magnetic field, can be thrown off course during geomagnetic storms. While solar activity has recently caused some electromagnetic disturbances on Earth, the effects have been relatively minor, causing only headaches, high blood pressure, and mood swings for some people. It's possible that people who feel unwell during such storms are experiencing a placebo effect. Nonetheless, the beautiful auroras that occur during solar storms are a positive side effect created by charged solar particles interacting with atoms in the Earth's atmosphere. One of the most powerful solar storms on record occurred on March 13, 1989. A massive coronal mass ejection from the Sun, which released an amount of material equivalent to 36 Earths, slammed into Earth's magnetic field, causing a geomagnetic superstorm. This event created stunning auroras, but also caused major problems. Satellites malfunctioned, and electrical networks were damaged. More powerful solar storms could happen in the coming years, potentially as soon as 2025. The question is whether we will be ready. Scientists are studying solar activity in hopes of predicting these storms and preparing in advance. If we know a storm is coming, we might be able to temporarily shut down certain systems and turn them back on after the storm has passed. Researchers are also exploring ways to protect our electrical infrastructure, possibly with special materials that could shield our power grids from the worst of the solar storms. The sun's magnetic fields are a bit like tangled hair. As the sun rotates, these fields stretch, twist, and occasionally burst, releasing vast amounts of energy into space. This process is known as magnetic reconnection, and it can lead to a variety of phenomena, including coronal mass ejections, solar flares, and radiation storms. Solar flares, which are bursts of intense radiation, release vast amounts of energy, including X-rays, ultraviolet light, and electromagnetic waves. Radiation storms are another type of solar event, involving accelerated electrons and protons moving at near light speeds. While these storms don't harm us on the ground, they pose a significant threat to astronauts and satellites. As the high-energy particles can penetrate human tissue and cause health problems. Earth's magnetic field shields us from the worst of these radiation storms unless you're in space or flying at high altitude. In conclusion, while solar storms can be fascinating and beautiful, they also pose serious risks to our technology and way of life.